Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to yet another episode of Universe Mode. This, of course, is Monday Night Raw, given to you on a Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever it is. I, of course, am your host, your Raw General Manager, JDL, John Dave Shaw Layfield. We're coming to you from Green Bay, Wisconsin here tonight. Home of the Packers, home of the Cheeseheads, all that crazy stuff. And by God, what a show we have for you here tonight. In case you didn't know about it, at at Armageddon over, the Killer Elite Squad had their last title shot against the Bullet Club. But here tonight, they're going to be going up against the new number one contenders for the tag team titles after Armageddon. That is American Alpha. What a great match that's going to be. And then comes the main event, a match that I'm sure a lot of people out there want to be seeing, as it's going to be one-on-one Sting versus the United States Champion AJ Styles. What a matchup that is going to be here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And let's get started with this show. Here we go, starting off the show tonight. In a slightly different arena than usual. But it's time to start it off with the hugster herself, Bayley, coming out to the ring here tonight. Bayley's going to be going one-on-one with Emma here tonight. And last week on Monday Night Raw, if you saw, we had Asuka beat Paige. As I've been saying in the last couple weeks or so, there's a lot of time between Armageddon and the Royal Rumble. Therefore, look at all the wacky, wavy, inflatable two men flying around. Therefore, we're going to have ourselves a little, we're going to have ourselves some title defenses between now and the Rumble. Now, we know that Zack Ryder, who will be in action later tonight, we know that he's got a unique opportunity, and he's going to challenge for something. We know that at some point, Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura are going to lock up, which I'll get into later in the night as well. But we don't really have a women's number one contender. Becky Lynch, the darling Becky Lynch, who is sitting by my side. Can't really see her from here. But she defended her championship against Alexa Bliss at Armageddon. Now she needs a new number one contender for for this brief time between now and the Rumble. So, what's happened is that last week, Asuka beating Paige was step one of this number one contendership thing that I'm doing. Tonight, it's going to be Emma and Bayley one-on-one. The winner of this match will go on next week to face Asuka, and the winner of that match will be the number one contender for the WWE Women's Championship. And that title match will probably be taking place, I'd say, probably a couple Raws before the Rumble. I'm not going to put a specific date on it yet because, as you can tell, we're a little bit still thrown off guard and all that craziness. Now, I do have to address the elephant in the room, as the saying goes. You are only hearing my voice here tonight, once again. That is because Larry Zacrisco, how do I want to say, the Jerry the King Lawler to my Jim Ross, the lesser to my betterness. He's gained a little bit of a yellow tail down his back. He's got a little bit of a yellow streak down his back, and he got scared off after that match last week between Balor and Sting where Nakamura got involved, and he decided not to show up tonight. So therefore, yours truly is the one and only person doing commentary for the night as we get this match started between Bayley and Emma. Although, breaking the fourth wall a little bit, it's because Zacrisco is still sick, so that is why he's not here. But, getting back to reality. Now, you are also probably wondering, this is Universe Mode. This is Monday Night Raw going up on a Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever it is. But where was NXT? We had SmackDown and then we had Raw. Well, here's the problem with NXT. Freight Train, in his huge battle against Lugin, which we're going to have to book at some point. I'm going to have to get with the ProJaked Universe committee and with Crisco, and we're going to have to figure out when we keep this match booked between those two. But they decided to... We had the NXT rolling, we had NXT going, and then they decided to screw up the tape. So we had an entire show done, and they apparently forgot to record it. Therefore, there's no NXT for you guys this week. But I'm sure it'll be returning in next weekend or anything like that, so you can watch, all the craziness that's going on in NXT. So yeah, here tonight we've got Emma taking control here against Bayley. Trying to figure out what else I need to get to addressing-wise right now. Well, let's see. Breaking the fourth wall a little bit again. You may have noticed that yours truly's series, the WWE career path of JDL and the journey through the wasteland has fallen behind a little bit. Again, this is due to all that crazy stuff. We're trying to get things back on track, but we'll get there. Don't worry about that. As Bayley's firing back here with some shots. And a big German suplex on Emma. I'd imagine either one of these two would like to go on, they would love to have that shot at the championship. Neither one of them fared too well in the initial women's title tournament. But, here tonight we're seeing them in action. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if there's anything. I'm trying to remember what else I was going to say there. Emma wanted to go all the way to the top rope, only to jump right back down. Match card, yeah, there we go. I'm a little thrown off tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as everything else is going crazy. Emma's calling Bayley up to her feet. The match card, after this match, we're going to be seeing the man who I said has that special opportunity in Zack Ryder. He's going to be going one-on-one tonight here with Dolph Ziggler, so that should be an interesting matchup. And then the third match of the night, we're going to be seeing Kofi Kingston, who apparently he's decided that he's going to try to make a singles career out of this whole, he's still with the New Day, but he wants to be the single star of the group, so he's going to try to make it out on his own. But the unfortunate part of that whole thing is that he's going one-on-one tonight here with Shawn Michaels. So we'll see how much of a chance he has there against HBK tonight. In the fourth match, like we showed at the beginning here, as Bayley going for cover. Only a one count. As you saw in the fourth match, however, it's going to be the Killer Elite Squad, who don't have another shot at the World Tag Team titles until the Bullet Club loses them. However, they can still wrestle as a tag team, and so tonight they're going to be taking on the number one contenders for the World Tag Team titles, American Alpha. Now, one has to wonder with that situation if the Killer Elite Squad are going to try to be a little bit easier on American Alpha, because if American Alpha can knock off the Bullet Club in the next few weeks when they get their title shot, then the Killer Elite Squad would be able to challenge for the World titles again, or the World Tag Team titles again. So one would have to wonder if they actually are kind of rooting on American Alpha, but that's something we'll get into more later on in the night. And then, of course, the main event, truly a great, amazing main event. It's going to be Sting, who can no longer challenge for the World Championship, as we got the Emma sandwich in the corner. Cover, 1, 2, no, just at the 2 count. But we're going to have in the main event, we're going to be having Sting going one-on-one with the United States champion AJ Styles. As Emma goes for, I think she was going for her Michinoku driver, but Bayley countered out of it there. So that's definitely going to be a heck of a matchup there tonight in the main event. And Bayley to belly suplex. Is that it? Cover, 1, 2. Oh, Emma getting out of that. Emma wants to go on next week to fight Asuka to challenge for the women's championship. Neither one of these two want to give up. So yeah, and I'll get more into the Sting situation, as well as the fact that you'll probably be a little surprised by that match card that you're not hearing the number one contender for the world title or the world heavyweight champion themselves on tonight's show. I'll get into that a little bit more later on, but they are definitely not here tonight. I have made sure that security guards are posted at the doors. They are not here. They're not going to be anywhere near each other. In fact, I've got security actually following them around in their lives for the night. I'm making sure that the two are not going to be interacting with each other this week, because there's going to be there's an announcement for later on in the night. But right now we've got, I don't want to take, I feel bad for taking away from Bayley and Emma's great matchup that they've had here tonight, as we see Bayley with a running drop kick to the side of Emma's head. And a big elbow drop there as well. I mean, it's you know, these two have definitely been having a great back and forth match here. We saw Emma get out of the Bayley to belly that happened to her. And Emma, you know, in control right now, going for a cover here after that big move. 1, 2, no, not even a 2 count. Neither one of these two are willing to give up. And, you know, Green Bay crowd apparently absolutely loves Emma right now. So there's that for you. Bayley getting out of that into a reverse DDT. So yeah, it'll definitely be an interesting night here tonight as you get to deal with JDL all by his lonesome on the show that he runs, the best show in the ProJaked universe, of course. Even if, you know, the viewers might not be matching up with it. But nevertheless, there goes the corner. There's a corner exploder suplex there. And Bayley with another elbow drop to the back. Just working on that back, as you can tell. She's setting up for another Bayley to belly Bayley. But Emma with a big Luthez press. Austin. Too bad he's in NXT. Emma with a cover here, though. 1, 2, no. Still kicking. Bayley's still kicking out Reddit, too. I mean, she's showing that resiliency. She wants that shot at Becky Lynch in the Women's Championship. As Emma gets hit with a dragon screw there. And now Bayley's going to the corner, posing for the crowd, and the crowd's loving it. The crowd loves Bayley here in Cheesetown, the home of the Packers and you know, all that other stuff. Place that, well, I mean, it's probably, that's also probably the reason why Crisco didn't want to come here, because there's a bunch of snow outside. I had to traipse through that stuff getting into the arena here tonight. That was not fun to try to get into. But Emma in the corner, kicking Bayley down to the corner there, and oh, what a big senton there. Look at that. She's saying it's over. Hitting a big senton there. Emma whipping her back into the corner. Now, you know, I've got to imagine she's going to be trying to set up something big here to try to take out Bayley, but Bayley fighting back. And a big neck breaker there. Look at that. What a maneuver there. Bayley just working the body there and going for the cover. Like, somebody must have hit a switch at some point. Not sure what was going on there. That's production crew. I mean, we got the B-rate production crew here tonight with you know, Disco Inferno running the production crew tonight, because we're running the B-rate squad here in Green Bay, Wisconsin, when it comes to everything behind the scenes. We don't have anybody. We have a whole bunch of you know, craziness. We got a slightly different looking arena. We're here in Green Bay of all places. Emma waving in the taunting way to Bayley there in the corner. Bayley getting to the outside, just trying to get a break there, but Emma just kicking right when she came in. But Bayley fighting back. Bayley, they are really obsessed with this corner right here. And there's that corner exploder suplex again. Bayley kept taking it to Emma here tonight. But Emma fighting back. Look at that. Look at these two have been going at it for a good while here. Emma's going for something. And she hits it, that Michinoku driver she's famous for. 1, 2. No. Bayley getting out of it. Emma looks at, well, I mean, she's taunting now, but I'm not sure if she knows what she can do to put down Bayley at this point. She's been trying to give her anything, but Bayley's fighting back still. Bayley with the counter there. Send her over the top rope. And she's going to bring her in the hard way with a big second rope neck breaker. I mean, you got to imagine that either one of these two, well, I mean, you can see it. Emma testing the ropes, apparently. But, I mean, you can see it in what they're doing. They both of them want to have success in this, you know, in the ProJaked universe. Both of them want to get to that women's championship. And the only way they can do it is by winning this match and putting it all out there. So, Bayley with a big suplex. I got Becky on the mind because she's sitting here next to me. Stop poking me. Bayley's calling for Emma up. What's she going for here? The Bayley to belly suplex. That's got to be it. Cover. 1, 2. There you are. Next week, it's going to be Asuka and Bayley one-on-one to determine who's going on to fight Becky Lynch for the WWE Women's Championship. Emma goes outside there. Look at Bayley celebrating in the ring. The crowd absolutely loving it. What a matchup that's going to be next week. Asuka and Bayley one-on-one to determine the number one contender for the women's championship. But here now we've got Dolph Ziggler coming out to the ring. Ziggler going one-on-one with Zack Ryder here tonight. And Ziggler he's trying to get something going right now in his career. He's been struggling recently. He's been having some issues getting things going for him. He's been having issues with getting title shots and getting opportunities. I mean, he's kind of failed in the opportunities we've given him recently. But if he can have a strong showing here tonight against the man holding that special opportunity in Zack Ryder, then I mean that would definitely look good towards getting him into a title picture. And of course, with me sitting here at ringside calling the action and being the Raw general manager, I mean, if I see a good showing out of him, I might give him a chance. But we're gonna have to see if the show off here tonight can get it done against the Long Island Ice Z, Zack Ryder, the man with a special opportunity, as he goes into as he gets to challenge for whatever championship he wants to, and he hasn't really said what he wants to do with that yet. I mean, he could challenge for the tag team titles, for the U.S., for the world title. The only one he can't challenge for is the women's title, obviously. But, I mean, either one of those three championships he can challenge for. And, who knows? I mean, maybe he had that great match with Ambrose last week. Maybe, maybe tonight with Ziggler he has another great match. And maybe he's kind of scouting opponents during this whole thing. Because he's been asking for these matches week after week. I haven't been just booking him just because. He's been asking for all these matches against a bunch of the talent here on Monday Night Raw. And maybe he's scouting these guys. Maybe he's trying to see who's the best in the ring with him over to. Maybe he's going to go and use it for the tag titles. Who knows what's going to happen exactly? I haven't been told anything. He's going to announce it. That's the rule of the special opportunity, is that you get to you don't have to tell anybody anything. You get to declare it that you're cashing it in over the week before you're actually going to cash it in. So, but Ziggler taking it to Zack Ryder here early on. Ziggler, former U.S. champion, former tag team champion, working on Ryder, just taking it to him here tonight, not letting up on him right now. Zack Ryder gets up to his feet though, manages with an arm drag there, trying to get some offense back in. I mean, now a lot of people were, I no doubt out there, a lot of people were really surprised by Zack Ryder even winning the special opportunity to begin with. I mean, Zack Ryder hadn't really done much on Monday Night Raw. In fact, he, like we said during that match, he was the only one that has never won a championship in the ProJaked universe. So it was definitely a surprise for him to win. But, could it be even more of a surprise for him to actually end up winning a championship afterwards? I mean, this is no offense against Zack Ryder, but he's not exactly one of the better athletes on Monday Night Raw. He's not exactly one of the higher talents. He's not exactly, someone who's got a lot of victories over his career here in the ProJaked universe. And, if you look at the champions right now, I mean, the Bullet Club would be almost impossible for anybody to stop, much less a randomly thrown together tag team of Zack Ryder and somebody else. AJ Styles is, a really formidable United States champion who's had great defenses as of late against Daniel Bryan and Tyler Breeze. And then you've got, Shinsuke Nakamura, who, I mean, truth be told, with the whole issue with Balor going on with that whole thing, do you really want to try to involve yourself in that title picture anyway? I mean, I know if you want to be, if you want to be champion on Monday Night Raw, of course you want to be the world champion. That's the top prize. That's the top accomplishment on Monday Night Raw. But do you really want to get yourself involved with Shinsuke Nakamura and Finn Balor's battles right now? I mean, you'd be asking for trouble if you get yourself thrown in there. I mean, it's crazy enough as it is, and then if you try to throw yourself in there, if you're Zack Ryder, that's just going to be even more chaotic. So one has to wonder exactly what he's going to do with that opportunity. But he's got now between now and the Royal Rumble to decide, because he has to cash it in. The last Raw that he can cash it in on is the Monday Night Raw before the Royal Rumble. If he hasn't cashed it in by then he loses the opportunity. Zack Ryder with with a bit of a springboard moonsault there off the ropes. That was different. But Ziggler throwing him over with a German suplex. So yeah, I mean that's kind of the rule, is he has to cash it in by the Raw on, before the Royal Rumble. So we'll have to see what he decides to do. But here tonight, Ziggler's giving him a fight right now. Ziggler is just taking it to him. Zack Ryder's got a little bit of offense in, but Ziggler's just back and forth, just taking it to him, springing up. Look at that, showing off the way that he is. Ziggler, Ziggler's not exactly happy that he didn't get that shot to begin with. I mean, he kind of goofed it up at Armageddon, but he's not exactly happy that he didn't get that shot to begin with. And, the special opportunity is not on the line because it's not a championship that you can trade between one or another person. But Zack Ryder's going for something here. Zack Ryder with the Rough Rider. Is he already going to win this match? Cover. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. I think that caught Ziggler off guard. Ziggler almost got beat by that just out of nowhere. That was crazy. Yeah, take a drink of my sponsored drink for Monday Night Raw here tonight. Fruit Punch Powerade. That's our sponsor for the night. It helps when I'm running the show. I can actually get big name sponsors like Fruit Punch Powerade. As Dolph Ziggler with a big knee lift there. Now he's showing off. He's showing off kind of in a similar way that Zack Ryder just did. Almost saying, oh yeah, you can do that. Well, I can do it back. But Ryder not happy about it. Ryder with the Zack attack. Look at that. Wooing to the crowd. Crowd's loving it. Well, kind of. But, he's excited. And it is really cool to see a man like Zack Ryder get this opportunity. I mean, that's part of the reason why I wanted to take over Monday Night Raw. I saw a lot of people with a lot of potential on Monday Night Raw, and I wanted to make sure that they got a lot of great opportunities. I didn't want to see the same couple of people challenging all the time. I didn't want to see the same people fighting all the time. And part of that, we saw with Tyson Kidd. We saw Tyson Kidd early in the year the famouser there by Ziggler. But Ryder flipping out right there. We saw a lot of opportunities throughout the year, with Tyson Kidd and Tyler Breeze and all that. But I wanted to make sure those opportunities continued. And Zack Ryder's kind of a proof of that right now. He's a proof that anybody can go out there any night and win an opportunity for a title shot just like that. So it definitely makes Monday Night Raw a very interesting show to watch. As another dropkick to the back there by Zack Ryder. Ryder's getting all fired up. He's shown a lot more confidence since his win. He's been showing a lot more confidence. I mean, he went out there, last week against Ambrose, and now he's with a lot of confidence. And now he's here tonight against Ziggler, just showing a lot of confidence and a lot more cockiness than we usually see out of him. Ziggler mocks the same taunt again. Apparently, these two that's the only one that they know. That's pretty much all that they know when it comes to showing off for the crowd. But whatever. Ziggler again, dragging Ryder into the ring here and stomping on the arm. I'm not sure exactly what that does, but Ziggler's calling him up for something, so it must be just about right. Punching him to the head. Zigzag. That's got to be it. Cover. 1, 2. There you go. Well, Zack Ryder may have that special opportunity, but he couldn't get the job done against the show-off here tonight. Dolph Ziggler with an impressive victory here on Monday Night Raw. And I mean, that definitely helps him out when it comes to title contention here on Raw. We could end up using a new contender for the United States Championship now that Styles defended against Breeze and all that, so who knows what could end up happening. But we'll continue on, with Ziggler celebrating, and we continue on with Monday Night Raw. Ziggler had a strong showing, could be getting himself in the United States Championship picture, but apparently somebody gave Big E a mic. Big E's not even scheduled tonight, but apparently somebody gave him a mic anyway. And yes, it is. It's a new day. As here comes Kofi Kingston to the ring. The unicorn horn and everything. And he says he's going to be the single star of the New Day. He says that Xavier Woods and Big E are going to be the tag team, and that he's going to be the single star. He's going to be the one that breaks out and gets himself into singles titles picture, so that way that all of New Day can end up with championship gold. Whether it's Woods and Big E with the tag titles, and then Kofi with either the U.S. or World title. Now, I don't want to take anything away from the New Day. They're a great trio. They can really get it done in the ring. They have a lot of talents, but they really haven't done a whole lot here on Monday Night Raw yet. So I don't know about this cockiness really from Kofi Kingston. I don't know if he really thinks he can be a single star, because they haven't really had a lot of success so far. Not to mention the fact that I don't see how, no offense to Xavier Woods and Big E, but I don't see how the two of them are going to be able to stop the Bullet Club. I mean, they've gotten destroyed by the Bullet Club already so far, so I don't know what's going to happen there. But here comes Shawn Michaels dancing down to the ring, looking just like Shawn Michaels would, and he's got pyro. The pyro's going off like crazy. By God, it's so amazing. It's so crazy. Who knows what's going on here? But Shawn Michaels coming down to the ring. Michaels definitely looking for a chance as well, really. I mean, he hasn't had a whole lot done. He hasn't had a whole lot happen for him as of late. He hasn't had a whole lot of success, when it comes to getting the title pictures or anything like that. He's kind of come up a few short of getting title shots recently. But part of that, you have to wonder, has to deal with the still ongoing feud with him and Triple H. Now, Zcrisco has brought this up a few different times, and I've kind of continued, throwing it off to the side, kind of continued trying to ignore it and everything, because it's not something I want to keep harking on. I keep hoping that their little issues or whatever are going to find their way out of the way, but apparently they're not. So, what I can tell you right now, here tonight, is that next week on Monday Night Raw, not only will we have Asuka versus Bayley, with the winner going on to fight Becky Lynch at in the next couple weeks over for the WWE Women's Championship, but next week on Raw, in the main event, we have it booked. It's going to be Shawn Michaels versus Triple H. However, because we had to deal with this so many times in the past, and I don't want this to seem like some boring match. There's a reason why this match is in the main event. All right, I'm saying this right now. There's a reason why this match is in the main event. The way that this is going to happen, and it's going to be the first time that I'm going to be able to claim Monday Night Raw as having the first one of any of them so far. That match next week, Shawn Michaels versus Triple H, the winner of that match is entered in the Royal Rumble. The loser is not. That's right. Only one of those two men will be able to qualify for the Royal Rumble. So if you think their hatred for each other is at a higher point now, just wait until they have that match next week where only one of the two will be able to qualify for the Royal Rumble. There's going to be some issues with the two of them. And so that's going to be a heck of a main event next week. Shawn Michaels versus Triple H in the main event, where the winner will go on to the Royal Rumble and be the first. At this point, I would assume it's going to be the first. That's why I'm saying with Monday Night Raw is going to be the first one. Monday Night Raw is going to have the first official entrant into the Royal Rumble. But the loser of that match will not be in the Rumble. So that's going to be huge when it comes to either one of those two men, because both of them want a shot at the world title. They both want a shot at going on and going to WrestleMania and fighting whoever the world heavyweight champion is there at WrestleMania. So it'll definitely be interesting to see. But right now, Shawn Michaels has to worry about getting through Kofi Kingston, who's got cover, and get out of it. Yeah, I mean, right now it's definitely gonna be something. That's gonna be a fight. I don't imagine that any other way. And to be completely honest, Kofi with a boom drop there. But to be completely honest, I'm probably gonna end up making that no holds barred. I'm probably gonna end up just letting them just fight each other until they can't stand anymore, and the winner will be the one who goes on to the Rumble. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But Kofi Kingston looking pretty impressive so far here tonight against Shawn Michaels. I mean, Michaels might struggle to make it next week to Monday Night Raw. We'll have to wait and see. As Michaels gets brought up to his feet here, Kofi sending him off the ropes and throwing him up at the... Oh my God! He launched him up in the air and then hit him with the Trouble in Paradise. Good Lord. 2. Oh, Michaels kicking out right before the 3. Kofi Kingston. What an impressive move that was, though. Had the strength to launch him up in the air that high and then had the ability to connect with the Trouble in Paradise in midair like that. Good. I mean, how is Michaels even standing and fighting right now? That's enough to knock somebody out, but Michaels is still fighting back, going up to that top rope. And the big elbow drop, spinning and twisting in midair and everything. Shawn Michaels with the elbow drop, cover. 1, 2. No, Kofi's still getting out. I'm still thrown off. Like, Kofi's been looking a lot more impressive. I gotta give him credit. He's been looking a lot more impressive in this match than I thought he would, but we know what's coming here. Shawn's calling for it. And sweet chin music. That's gotta be it. Cover. 1, 2. No. What? Sweet chin music has put down some of the greats in the ProJaked universe, and Kofi was able to get out? That's impressive right there. Shawn Michaels, oh, look at that big flipping senton there, springboard-wise. Kofi fighting back. Everybody's taking it to a whole new level here tonight on Monday Night Raw. I mean, it's almost as if they're all trying to fight to prove they're the better show here in the ProJaked universe. Not only that, but they're also trying to, give you a reason to want to watch every Monday night or Wednesday, whenever this ends up going up. To sit there and watch this, however, especially with all this time between our pay-per-views here. As Kofi Kingston's going up to the top rope. And a big leg drop off the top rope. What a move that was there. Kofi's really trying to take it to Shawn Michaels and really prove himself here tonight. Kofi Kingston, but Shawn reversing with a big jawbreaker there. And what are we seeing here? Shawn Michaels flipping him down to the mat and working on that arm. He's trying to take some of the strength out of him. I don't know what the cover, the cover, I guess, is just to try to make Kofi exert a lot more energy and a lot more of his stamina that he has left in him. As Shawn starts working on the head, wrenching the neck there a little bit, wrenching the head a little bit, really working away on that. As a wrestler, JDL here can tell you that that doesn't exactly look as weak as you would think. And Shawn Michaels with a big splash from the top rope. My God, everybody's just busting out all sorts of stuff here tonight. Kofi running in for something. Shawn with the roll up. 1, 2. Oh, Kofi just getting out before the 3 count. And oh my God, out of nowhere, this big spinning kick there, taking Shawn Michaels down to the mat. I think Shawn's a little dazed here. Kofi going up, going for 10 punches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Usually don't see wrestlers hit all 10 of them, but there you go. Shawn Michaels trying to fight back, though. Almost as if those punches woke him up a little bit. Working on the arm there a little bit. And what's he going for here? Oh, God. Got him up. Pile driver to Kofi Kingston. This has been a back and forth matchup, ladies and gentlemen. And Shawn Michaels is going for the sharpshooter. He's got the sharpshooter locked in. We're not in Canada, so you're not going to be hearing any bell ringing. Not sure where that's from anyway, but Kofi manages to get out of that there. Kofi, look at it, and the crowd is responding in cheers. The crowd is appreciating Kofi Kingston's effort here tonight. Shawn Michaels with a big back suplex there, and oh God, here we go. Shawn Michaels calling up to his feet. The band is tuning up, and it's time for Sweet Chin Music. Oh, Kofi got out of the way. A big spin, roundhouse kick there by Kofi Kingston. He got out of the way of the Sweet Chin Music. No way. Is he called Trouble in Paradise? Are you kidding me? Kofi Kingston needs to go for the cover. There it is. We got the cover. 1, 2. No. Shawn Michaels getting out of that. My God. What an amazing effort between these two here tonight. Kofi working on the head, just dropping fists on it, trying to wear out Shawn Michaels, trying to do whatever he can at this point. I mean, by God, what a matchup this has been. Kofi, the springboard splash onto Shawn Michaels' back. Good Lord. I mean, if Zakrisco was here, I think he'd be losing. I think he'd be he wouldn't even know what to think at this point. Shawn Michaels go for another cover. No. Just out before the 2 count. These two men are putting it all out there here tonight. I mean, look at that we've had so far tonight. We had a great match between Bayley and Emma. We had a really good match that when Ziggler beat Zack Ryder. And now here tonight we've got easily 4 or 5 star match between Kofi Kingston and Shawn Michaels here as another boom drop hits. And that's not even the final 2 matches. We still have the last 2 matches to come. Those matches are going to be even crazier. Kofi doing a little bit of dancing in the ring. I'm not sure what that was all about. Took too long, though. I think he took too long. He was trying to rile up the crowd too much, and Shawn whipped him down and got him for the cover there. 2, no. Kofi still kicking out. I think Shawn's a little surprised right now at how much resilience Kofi Kingston seems to have, as Shawn Michaels working right on the head again. He's trying to wrench it, do whatever he can at this point. Big stomp to the gut there. And getting up to his feet, but Kofi with the reversal. And spin kick there into the gut. And ducking up whatever Shawn Michaels was going for there. Trying to go for a neck breaker, but Shawn reversing out of that. Kofi still hitting him spinning around, though. And a big Russian leg sweep to Shawn Michaels. Kofi's got to be... I don't know what this taunting's all about, though. I mean, I get that he wants to be a showman. He wants to really get people going, but he's got to get connecting with movers and get that cover. As he went for the Trouble in Paradise game, but Shawn Michaels got out of the way. Punches. Taking Kofi Kingston down to the mat. What's he doing? Dragging him out towards the middle of the ring. Working on the leg there. I mean, he's trying to stop him from hitting that Trouble in Paradise, apparently. But Kofi fighting out with a big reverse DDT. Dropping him out. Here's the cover. 1, 2. No. Shawn Michaels still kicking out. My God, what a showing for both of these men here tonight. I got to give Kofi Kingston credit. I went into this match thinking he was going to get kind of squashed by Shawn Michaels here tonight, but he is definitely putting on a performance. He's definitely proven that he should be a single star here on Monday Night Raw. As we whips Shawn Michaels into the corner, the crowd is all behind him. I don't know if you can hear that, but the crowd is chanting for Kofi. Kofi with a big monkey flip out of the corner. Jumping up, top rope, crossbody, cover. 1, 2, 3. Wow! Kofi Kingston just knocked off Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels is supposed to be fighting Triple H next week, with the winner getting into the Royal Rumble, and Kofi Kingston with an upset victory over Shawn Michaels. What a matchup that was! Look at that! Oh my, I don't even know what to say there. Kofi Kingston with a surprise victory over Shawn Michaels. I can't believe that. That was a stunning victory by Kofi Kingston there. But, oh man, well, here we go. Here comes the loose cannon Brian Pillman down to the ring. He's yelling at somebody. He's yelling at something. I'm not sure what he's yelling. He's yelling for 4. I don't know what the 4 is tonight. I don't know what 4 he can be talking about, because the 4, there's no 4 really. I don't know. Maybe there are 4 people in this match. Maybe he's stunned about the 4 people in the match. Maybe he's asking for maybe it's asking for a 4th shot against the Bullet Club. I don't know. That could be it. Maybe he's trying to get the fans to give him a 4th shot against the Bullet Club, but that's not going to happen. If the Killer Elite Squad and the Bullet Club fight each other anytime soon, it's only going to be a non-title action. There's not going to be another World Tag Title match between the two anytime soon, because that was the stipulation of Armageddon. Is if the Bullet Club or if the Killer Elite Squad lost, they were not getting another title shot against the Bullet Club. But there you go. You saw the loose cannon Brian Pillman coming down to the ring, and now here comes the more sane of the two, which is kind of saying something. As here comes Chris Benoit. Now here tonight, you know, like I brought it up earlier in the night and during the women's match, and I'm going to talk to you about it in a little bit more detail right now, as Chris Benoit kind of stops right in the middle, walking to the ring. You know, the stipulation is that the Killer Elite Squad cannot challenge for the World Tag Team titles for as long as the Bullet Club are the champions. The minute the Bullet Club lose the titles, they can challenge for it. They can challenge for the championships all they want. So, with that being said, one would have to think that they would be cheering on the team coming down to the ring right now, American Alpha, because American Alpha has the title shot against the Bullet Club. If American Alpha beats the Bullet Club and becomes the new World Tag Team Champions, then that means the Killer Elite Squad can challenge for the titles again and could end up being World Tag Team Champions again. So one would have to imagine they're going to be cheering for these guys in the future. But does that mean that they take it easy on them here tonight? Or does it mean that they actually give it their all and prove that they can actually defeat American Alpha? So that way, if American Alpha does win the titles, then they already have the momentum going for them. I mean, there's a lot of intriguing factors heading into this matchup, but I mean, I tell you what, this is definitely going to be a great match. The Killer Elite Squad, former World Tag Team Champions, one of the longest reigning tag team champions in ProJaked Universe history, a team that just dominated Monday Night Raw for most of this year so far, and now they're going up against a team that could easily be part of the future of Monday Night Raw's tag team division. I mean, we haven't really seen a whole lot of them until just recently, but they've been looking impressive in their start. You know, they've had some great matches, and then of course they won it at Armageddon as well. So we're definitely gonna have to see what happens here tonight. But it looks like surprisingly, Brian Pillman's actually doing a little bit of chain wrestling here with Jason Jordan. I don't know if this is nothing against Brian Pillman, but Pillman's style is more of a brawling, fighting kind of. I don't know if you want to get locked into a chain wrestling contest with Jason Jordan or Chad Gable, because both of those two men are great, fantastic, great amateur wrestlers. So I don't know if you want to get locked in any sort of actual wrestling with them. But, Pillman tagging in Benoit already. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to have anybody wrestle with American Alpha, with Jordan and Gable, you're gonna want Benoit in there to wrestle with him, because Benoit is a lot more of a wrestler. Pillman's more the striker and the crazy. Not that Benoit's not a striker, but Pillman's more of the crazed striker type, and Benoit's more of the actual wrestler with the with that German suplex right there. He's more of a suplex guy, more of a wrestler type. So, you imagine if you want to try to match styles with American Alpha, you'd have Benoit in there, but as we see Gable getting out of the way of it, and look at that, it float over, like a butterfly suplex of his own on Chris Benoit there, taking it to the man early. But Benoit fighting out, double leg takedown there. I mean, you're going to see a lot of great tag team wrestling between these two teams here tonight. I mean, we've got American Alpha, who could easily be the future of Monday Night Raw's tag team division, and then you've got I don't want to say past, because they're not the past really, but they were the past dominate form on Monday Night Raw here so far this year. Like 2016, when it comes to Monday Night Raw, the Killer Elite Squad have been the tag team. They were the ones that were the tag team champions for as long as they were. They were the ones that still had that brutal feud with the Bullet Club there. I mean, there's still, if you're going to prove that you deserve to take on the Bullet Club or really try to make it here. I'm stumbling over my words a little bit. If you're going to try to prove that you're going to try to make it here on Monday Night Raw as a tag team, you want to prove yourself against the Killer Elite Squad, because they've been dominant for so long, for pretty much all of 2016. So you want to prove that yourselves against them. And if American Alpha can pull off a victory here tonight, that'd be an impressive, very impressive showing for them, and they can definitely prove that they can get it done against against the Killer Elite Squad, and possibly even against the Bullet Club. I mean, granted, the Killer Elite Squad couldn't defeat the Bullet, they couldn't stop the Bullet Club, but you never know. I mean, if the American Alpha can prove that they can get it done against Killer Elite Squad, then maybe they can prove that they can get it done against the Bullet Club too. Who knows? Fruit Punch Powerade, sponsor for tonight Monday Night Raw. As Pillman jumping off the top rope there with a big elbow drop. What a great matchup between these two teams so far. A lot of back and forth wrestling here. It's Jason Jordan with a big back body drop there on Brian Pillman. Taking it to him here. Pillman kicking him off, though. I mean, you're just, you know, there's Pillman's show-offy ways. There's his, you know, Benoit gets in the ring, he's a little bit more serious, a little bit more focused, and whereas Pillman likes to brag about stuff. He likes to brag about moves that he hits, which, again, I'm not taking anything away from Brian Pillman. He's an accomplished wrestler, but, you know, we've seen even so far tonight what that bragging can sometimes do for you. So, as Jason Jordan with a good takedown there and tagging in Chad Gable. Jordan working on something here. Oh, well, I think they were going for a double. There you go. Now they're hitting the double team mover. And a big, look at this, big, oh man. That's going to daze you a little bit. Cover. Jason Jordan trying to knock Pillman off, or Benoit off, but Benoit caught him as he was coming in. But, Pillman out at 2. Jason Jordan with a big Northern Lights suplex there. And Jordan tried to, I mean, that was kind of, that's just proof right there as Benoit gets eliminated for the Royal Rumble. But that's just kind of proof as, you know, that Jason, or that, you know, Chris Benoit and Brian Pillman, the Killer Elite Squad, are the tag team to have to beat. I mean, you just saw it right there. Jordan tried to take Benoit out of the apron so that way that, you know, he wouldn't come in to break up the pin, and Benoit managed to kick him off and then still get in the ring, because that's, the two just work so well as a tag team that it's hard to you know, to stop them from in a tag team match. I mean, it takes a lot to be able to beat them, as you saw with the Bullet Club. Although, to be fair, the Bullet Club didn't really stop them in tag team wrestling as much as they just ground and pound and powered them into oblivion pretty much at this point. I mean, not that they're really into oblivion, but that's what they did. They just used their muscle and their ground and pound techniques to just, you know, wear out the Bullet Club or the Ability Squad and just take advantage there. I mean, I gotta imagine, though, as I keep talking about the Bullet Club, I gotta imagine that they're backstage watching this right now. They're backstage watching this matchup, watching their number one contenders, American Alpha, in the ring right here, going up against the team that they've had a war with over the last few months, and seeing what they bring to the table, see what they can get done here. As Jason Jordan with a half Boston Crab there, but Pillman able to get out. Pillman tried for something. I think he kind of missed there. But, yeah, so, you know, one has to wonder if the Bullet Club are backstage watching and keeping an eye on American Alpha, seeing if you know, trying to scout them ahead of whenever that match ends up happening, which should be next few weeks, something like that. It'll be before the Rumble. But air Pillman there from Brian Pillman. Benoit hopped down off the apron for some reason. Cover 1, 2, no. Pillman couldn't even get the 2 count as Benoit called for the tag and got it. I mean, they seem to be working pretty cohesively. We've seen some issues lately between Brian Pillman and Chris Benoit. We saw Pillman getting a little too crazy, a little too show-offy, and not really getting the victory. But I mean, it seems like now that they're no longer allowed to challenge for the world tag team titles, it seems like they're on a little bit more cohesive unit. They're a little bit more, you know, on the same page or whatever. And I don't know if that was because they realized, you know, Pillman, maybe he realized the seriousness of you know, the situation. Maybe he realized that he couldn't keep messing around anymore because they actually can't challenge for the tag titles for the moment. I don't know exactly, but I mean, they seem to be working a little bit better here tonight. Seem to be on the same page a little bit better. It's Jordan with a big running spear into the corner and a big overhead belly to Chris Benoit there. Now he's calling for something. Benoit slowly staggering up to his feet. What's he going for? Has him up. Oh, man. The big Olympic slam there. Cover 1, 2. No. Benoit's still getting out. Gable wasn't going to be able to stop Pillman from breaking that up anyway. He was kind of running at a weird angle there, but Jason Jordan with a big elbow drop on Benoit. And it looks like he's going to tag. Yep, he's tagging in Chad Gable, who had the referee in his face for some reason. I'm not sure what that was all about. Referee Biffy Bonfington is just running around the place tonight. As oh my God. Benoit with a released German suplex, dropping Chad Gable on his face. And now he's taking him over to the corner. What's going? Oh no, I don't. They might have been going for killing time, but I don't know. Well, let's see. Benoit trying to get into the corner again. Chad Gable will not take some double team move out of the corner though, and he struck both. He got Pillman and Benoit there. Benoit gets knocked over the top rope. Benoit's been eliminated from the Rumble again. As Chad Gable's coming out after him. We're going to have to see what's going on here. But Chad Gable, look at that. Chad Gable being respectful, throwing Benoit back in the ring. He wants to end this match in the ring. He wants to prove that they can get it done in in a tag team matchup against these two. And the big butterfly suplex there into an arm bar right there. Pillman's just watching him. I guess Pillman had faith in Benoit getting out of that, but Pillman was just kind of staring down watching him. He could have broke it up easily. As Benoit with a big suplex right there in the middle of the ring. Tagging in Pillman again. I mean, this has been a great back and forth match between these two. And Gable taking Pillman into the corner. Pillman fighting out though. And what are we going to see here? A big backbreaker. Just taking it to him. Pillman with the spinning kick there. I'm stuttering over my words as Pillman takes him into the corner again. They're really obsessed with that corner here tonight. As Brian Pillman going up and air Pillman again. Is that going to be it? Cover. 1, 2. No, Jason Jordan right there to break it up right at the 2 count. Pillman going over the top of the rope again, calling Chad Gable up to his feet for some reason. I think Gable needs to make the tag. And a big springboard drop kick to Chad Gable. Look at this, Brian Pillman just taunting. He should be going for a cover. He should be trying to wear him out, but he's still taunting. So I guess Pillman's still showing off for the team, even though they seem to be working on the same page a little bit better. Pillman dragging him around. Big elbow drop there to Chad Gable. Stomping away on him. Picking him up, and a big kick to the back. Taking it to him, stomping away on the back there. Now look at that, just taking it to him. Grounding Chad Gable, stomping away on him, doing whatever he can to keep him down and wear him out for the 3 count. As Pillman with a big drop kick to the side of the head. And I think, Chad Gable's busted open. Cover. 1, 2. No. Gable's still getting out right at the 2 count, but Gable got busted open there by that drop kick. I think Pillman's boot might have caught him. If I was Gable, I'd be going for go for the pin, but I would have been going for that tag right now. If I was Chad Gable, I'm going for the tag. Yeah, there you go. Go over in there and get Jason Jordan tagged in. Jordan with the big tag there. What are they going for here? Gable has him. A big suplex down to the mat. Jordan with the cover. And I think the referee was too distracted by Chad Gable still being in the ring to actually count the cover there. As Jason Jordan works on the leg there. Works on the, dropping the elbow on the chest. Just doing whatever he can to Brian Pillman to keep him down. Look at this. Look at the power there by Jason Jordan, picking him up from the mat and dropping him down with a power bomb. Good Lord. Pillman trying to fight out, though. Big jawbreaker there. And a big Russian leg sweep by Brian Pillman. Pillman, I think, needs to tag Benoit in. He might be trying to. I'm not sure what he's doing there. Maybe he was just waiting for Jordan to get up. I'm not sure. Well, he's trying to grab at something. I don't know what he's trying to do. It's Brian Pillman trying to figure him out. You're just gonna go. You're gonna drive yourself insane trying to figure out what's going on in the mind of Brian Pillman. Jason Jordan in the corner though gets turned around, and Pillman going for something here. Pillman going for a big tornado DDT out of the corner, and a big elbow drop there again. Pillman's in control right now, taking it to Jason Jordan. I mean, American Alpha looks like they might have bit off a little bit more than they could chew. I mean, they got it done against the Vaudevillains, but god dang, if somebody keeps hitting the light switch, they look like they might have got it done against the Vaudevillains, but they seem to be struggling against real tag team competition, so to speak. I mean, it's nothing against the Vaudevillains, but they haven't really had a lot of success. Whereas they're in the ring against went for a spear there, but Pillman turned into a DDT, and now he's taunting. Yeah, I mean, it looks like American Alpha is actually struggling against an actual, actually in-ring, like, good tag team, as we talked with the Killer Elite Squad. Jason Jordan with a big German suplex there, though. And working, got an armbar on him. He's got an armbar on him. Chad Gable coming in. Chris Benoit's getting distracted. And no, Pillman able to fight out of that armbar there. What a matchup between these two teams so far here tonight. Now Pillman working on Jason Jordan's arm. Taking him down. Big kick to the back. Pillman going up top. Pillman should probably tag in Benoit at some point, but he's not going to. He's waiting for Jason Jordan to get to his feet. Big crossbody from the top rope. Big kick there. Now they're going for the cover. Chad Gable's slow to get in the ring. And that's it. That top rope crossbody did it. The Killer Elite Squad. Wow. That's a bit surprising. I mean, well, all right. Well, the Killer Elite Squad proving they can still get it done, and I guess American Alpha's in trouble if they're going to go up against the Bullet Club. If they can't even beat the Killer Elite Squad, how are they going to beat the Bullet Club? But I mean, going back to what I was saying at the start of the match, though, that's smart for the Killer Elite Squad, because now they just proved that they can knock off American Alpha. So if American Alpha can somehow knock off the Bullet Club, then they can prove they can get the titles from them. I mean, yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that situation. But I tell you what, here tonight, here we go. This is going to be a fight. This is going to be a hell of a matchup. Now, Balor and Sting were supposed to be fighting last week, with the winner getting a shot at the world, or not getting a shot at the world title, with Balor trying to get momentum heading into his eventual match with Nakamura, and Sting wanting to go after Balor for costing him his last shot at the world title. And then, of course, we saw Nakamura get involved. And he took down Balor, he took down Sting. Sting has decided that he's washing his hands of that whole situation. He's decided, this is from what I've been able to sell. I mean, he didn't really speak to me, because Sting doesn't speak to anybody. I mean, maybe he spoke to Balor, I don't know, but he didn't speak to me. But this is what I was given, like in a written form, which was really weird. I was kind of surprised by it. Anyway, he said he was washing his hands of that whole situation, and that if he can't challenge for the world title, then he's going to go for the next best title. So here tonight, one-on-one, he's going against AJ Styles. Now, the title's not on the line, but one has to believe that if he was able to defeat Sting here, or that if he was able to defeat the United States champion AJ Styles here tonight, that that it would clearly mean that Sting would be a top contender for the title. So we'll have to wait and see what happens here. But there he is, the United States champion AJ Styles, and what an impressive reign he's had so far. It's been short, but it's been impressive. He won that title in a ladder match, in a 6-man ladder match nonetheless. Then he went on and defended it against Daniel Bryan, successfully, I might add. Then he went on and successfully defended it against Tyler Breeze, another great name when it comes to United States champions and people who've had a successful 2016. So, I mean, that's been some impressive, very impressive stuff for AJ Styles. But can he get it done here tonight against Sting, who, nothing against AJ Styles, but Styles has just kind of started really getting his career going here on Monday Night Raw. He has struggled to find his footing until he got the U.S. title, and then he's slowly started to gain momentum. Whereas Sting may not be able to challenge for the world title anymore, but Sting is still Sting. Sting is still the guy who has only lost like 6 or 7 matches in the ProJaked universe's history, maybe a couple more on that. But I'm not. But he's definitely lost like less than 10 matches to my best knowledge. So going up against Sting is definitely a challenge, no matter what kind of struggles Sting has had recently. And as you can see so far, Sting with a big jumping DDT right away, and then just stomping away on AJ Styles. So this is definitely going to be a great back-and-forth match between these two here tonight. As Styles trying to take control, but Sting firing back, taking Styles down to the mat. This is I mean, this is that kind of match that you'd expect to see on a pay-per-view, and we're giving it to you free live here on Monday Night Raw. That's what JDL does for his viewers, for his great viewers out there and great fans of Monday Night Raw. He gives you great action on a weekly basis. As we see Styles hooking him up for a suplex, but Sting fighting out of it. Sting, big knee lift there. I mean, we've seen Sting struggle against Nakamura, but again, I'm not trying to take anything away from AJ Styles, but Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles are on two different levels right now. So if he struggled against Nakamura, but he's still gotten it done against a lot of other people on Monday Night Raw, then maybe if he does decide to challenge for the U.S. Championship, then maybe he can get it done against AJ Styles. Maybe we could see Sting as the United States Champion. Who knows exactly? But right now, we've got Sting kind of Styles had control there for a little bit, but missed that springboard move, and Sting just taking control right back again. That's the veteran status, really, of Sting. Is he hasn't been here for nearly as many matches as AJ Styles, but he's definitely learned very quickly and succeeded very well to where he can take it to you. He can, out wrestle you. He can out fight you. He can do whatever it takes to win matches. And yeah, he couldn't get it done against Nakamura. But Nakamura, to be fair, is kind of on a different level than everybody else. I mean, he's even proven it. He's proven it against Balor. He's proven it against Sting. He's proven it against everybody. I mean, Nakamura's only loss was to Daniel Bryan, as we continue to say all the time. So, Nakamura's kind of on a different level. So, if that's the only guy you find yourself struggling against, that's kind of a big, that's kind of a big accomplishment, really. And so, Sting would easily end up being, if he was. Sting would easily end up being one of AJ Styles' toughest challenges for, with the United States Championship on the line. And I mean, to be fair, it's, other than his match against Nakamura a few weeks ago, it's kind of one of AJ Styles' toughest challenges, period, in quite some time. Not since back when he was, back when he was in the ECW days and all that stuff. But that's in the past. We don't care about that other brand. We care about this brand, Monday Night Raw. As AJ Styles goes for an elbow drop, a Sting rolls out of the way, fighting him off. Good Lord. Does this dry out your mouth talking this much for this long? AJ Styles fighting out of the electric chair there. And Sting fighting back. Nope. Styles fighting out of that as well. Oh, look at that combo. Look at that combo right there. More strikes, and a clothesline there. Taking Sting down to the mat. And Styles is taunting in the corner with an interesting sign there. All right, we'll just ignore that. It's Sting with a big power bomb right there, taking Styles down to the mat. I mean, this is definitely a great matchup. And this show's a little bit longer than most Monday Night Raws will be, but I would say that after what we've seen here tonight, it was definitely worth it. We've seen some great in-ring action. We saw Kofi Kingston surprisingly knock off Shawn Michaels. We saw the Kill Elite Squad get it done against the current number one contenders for the tag titles. We saw Bayley beat Emma in a great match. We even saw Ziggler knock off. I guess that wouldn't really be an upset, Ziggler beating Ryder, but it's still a surprise because Ryder had some momentum going for him, and then he went and lost. But Sting with a big leg drop there, going for the cover. One, not even like barely a one count. It barely was a one count there. Sting working on AJ Styles' head there, trying to do what he can, trying to do everything he can to wear out AJ Styles at this point. Styles with a big step up enziguri. And working on the leg and the arm, just wrenching it back. And Styles getting out of it though. And a big neck breaker there. And a cover. 1, 2, no, just getting out from the 2 count. And Styles fighting back there. Styles trying to get control back here, and he's got him up on his shoulders, and already with the big neck breaker or brainbuster, whatever, across the knee there, and then hit a big reverse DDT of his own. Look at that, just automatically taking it to Sting already. Styles to the outside, hauling Sting up to his feet. And Styles with a phenomenal forearm. Is this it? Is he going to take down Sting just like that? Cover. 1, 2. No. Sting getting out right after the 2 count. Styles is a bit surprised there, as we saw a really close-up of the referee's legs. Styles up top, calling Sting up to his feet. And what are we seeing here? Double X handle, but I think Sting moved out of the way. Had a stare off there, almost daring Styles to come at him, but Sting fighting out of that. And into the no way. He's fought out of it into the tombstone. Is this going to be it? Oh, no, he's calling for it. He's calling for it right here. No. AJ Styles, whatever he's calling for, Sting fought out, or Styles fought out. Styles going for that big drop in the head across the knee again. I'm getting all fumbled up here. And then followed up with that lifting reverse DDT again. And working away on the arm there. Styles just taking it to Sting. What's he doing for here? Styles taking him over to the ropes. He was just kind of staring at him for a little bit. I don't know if he's just trying to recover a little bit or what's he throws the Sting to the outside. Oh my God! AJ Styles clearing the top rope. Taking Sting down on the outside. He cleared that top rope with ease there with that flipping senton. Throwing Sting back in the ring. Sting's not moving. And Styles with a big springboard elbow drop there to the back. Wow, Styles is trying to do whatever it takes at this point to take down Sting, but Sting's fighting back. Look at that. How is Sting even fighting back after what happened? Lifting him up, electric chair drop. Oh, he's firing up. Sting's firing up. You know what this means. Clothesline. Second clothesline. Third clothesline. Styles is staggering back into the corner. That's a bad place to be. Stinger splash. The crowd's going crazy for Sting at this point. Sting with flipping him over. Here we go. Scorpion Deathlock. Is Styles going to tap? Styles doesn't seem to be getting anywhere. Is he going to tap out? Styles, wait, no. He's powering away. Oh, he powered out of it. AJ Styles got out of the Scorpion Deathlock there. Sending Sting into the corner, but Sting fight out. Good Lord. What are these? Oh, man. Big DDT there by Sting. What are these two men going to have? Either one of them, like, they're just bringing everything to it right now. Sting wants to prove he can still get it done in the ring. He wants to prove that if he can't challenge for the world title, he's still capable of championship material. And AJ Styles is just trying to prove that he can get it done against anybody in the ring, including Sting. Sting fought off the cutter attempt there, but was a little fatigued there, and Styles was able to take advantage with a big DDT, hopping over him a couple times. And a big springboard 450, kicking him down. Now I thought he was going to go for the cover after he kicked him down, but apparently not. Styles still working away on him, though. Big elbow drop there. And Sting trying to fight back. Cover, though. Trying to wear his Styles out at this point, because I don't think that's going to get it done. No. Just barely a 2 count. You can see the crowd in attendance are just loving this match right now. Even got somebody in the crowd there with a AJ Styles t-shirt. And a big brain buster there. Cover. 1, 2. No, Sting barely. Sting didn't even really look like he kicked out. He looked like he just got the shoulder up. Sting might be struggling here a little bit against Styles. Styles is running around, going to the top rope here. What's he going for up here? And oh man! What a maneuver that one was! A spinning corkscrew move of some sort there. Styles is just doing whatever he can at this point, and dropping Sting's head across his knee again. But Sting fighting back. I think Sting just got woken up by that move. He's fighting back, trying to do whatever he can, but Styles is not having any of it. Styles is fighting back. What is he going for? He's calling for something. I mean, you would assume what we know. He was going for something, but Sting reversed out of it. Styles fighting them off. Big kick to the gut and a discus lariat there. Taking Sting down. Look at that with the cover here. 1, 2. No. Sting again. Not really kicking out, just getting the shoulder up. I think Sting is getting a little bit more than he expected against AJ Styles here tonight. Styles working on the arm. This has been a great back and forth match between these two. Styles up top, going for the springboard 450, but Sting moved out of the way slightly. I think he still got kind of caught with it, though, because Styles was able to get up right away and hit the big back suplex. Big knee drop there on Sting. There's an elbow drop as well. This has been a great back and forth match. Cover 2. No. I thought that was 3. I was going to be really surprised. I thought that was 3, but Sting getting out right before the 3 count. Now Styles is trying to wear out Sting here, trying to do whatever he can at this point. Sting's trying to get up to his feet, though, to fire back. I mean, this is the Sting we've seen in 2016. Not the one that struggled against Nakamura recently, but this is the Sting we're used to seeing. This is the Sting we're used to watching just dominate everybody. He just keeps fighting back. He keeps taking all this abuse and just keeps fighting back as he's going for something here. The Scorpion Death Drop. Can he get it down against the United States Champion? Cover. 1, 2. No. Styles kicks out of the Scorpion Death Drop and Sting cannot believe it. Sting is completely surprised by that big elbow drop there. Wow, this has been a matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Styles getting out of that. I'm stumbling over my words because of how great this matchup has been. Good Lord. Styles got Sting up into the corner, but Sting fighting out. And Sting going for something here. What's he going? Big, a power bomb onto Styles, dropping him in the middle of the ring. Cover 1, 2. No, that was almost a 3 count there. Styles is clearly getting worn out. Neither one of these two men seem to have much left at this point. They're just trying to fight with whatever they do have left. Sting taking him down, and a Boston Crab. I mean, I was kind of expecting the Scorpion Deathlock there, but a Boston Crab. Has he done enough on Styles? But no, Styles getting out of it. This has been a matchup, ladies and gentlemen. This is why you tune into Monday Night Raw, because of action like this. And oh wait, Styles, I thought he was going for a power driver, but Styles into the Styles Clash. Cover. 1, 2. AJ Styles just beat Sting. AJ Styles with an impressive victory over Sting in the main event of Raw. My God, was that a matchup. I mean, that's, again, nothing away from AJ Styles, but that's got to be his most impressive victory here on Monday Night Raw. He just beat the former world champion in Sting. That was huge right there. Sting rarely loses matches, but he just got knocked off by AJ Styles, the United States champion. What a matchup that one was. Good Lord, ladies and gentlemen, you have just witnessed easily a great show. I mean, from top to bottom, every single match was just unbelievable here tonight on Monday Night Raw. But that, of course, with that match brings this to an end. I, of course, have been the Raw General Manager and your host for the evening, JDL, John Dave Shaw Layfield. Hopefully this gets up at a decent time, and then hopefully we can squeeze in the rest of the episode, or the rest of the shows as the week follows, but we'll have to see what Crisco, how he's feeling and all that stuff. Nevertheless, you have just witnessed a great showing from Monday Night Raw. I am JDL. This has been another showing of the ProJaked universe, and until next time, we will see you all later.